while they're eating pizza, and they have to get, and they claim it's somewhere in like Canada. This is really where it hurts. That's a good position. Rafi put this sign here Tuesday. Up here, people didn't have any power for 3 days.
You're going to see actually right up here at the top. Yeah. There's going to be some down branches and things like that all along.
Yeah, but I mean, they cleaned the course, so I'm not sure what you're actually going to see.
An amazing job.
But we got here Alan Carrillo, our professional triathlete, falling back. Dan Craven is like, now he sees what he's got to do, and he's putting the motor on.
Yeah, the other
he's
guys,
dropping Alan, and let's figure out who this is there with the Y on the motor, like the triangle on the back.
Did we get a number from him?
The two blind guys in the front. Can we see something? Right, we got 494. Is that right?
It could be.
We got a 494. Let's see who's that.
494. We're looking it up. 494.
And then
Santiago Cordoba from Medellin.
Medellin, another strong Colombian. I would have guessed it's a Colombian. I know their riding style.
And Dan Craven is definitely in a.
He's not. He hasn't given up or anything. I told him. He's like, do you need me to do anything? He was very like, you know, I'm going to be at the expo. I'm going to do the group ride. I want to, you know, be with your riders. Whatever you want me to do. It was very nice of him. And he asked me last night again. I said, all I want you to do tomorrow is take this serious and race hard. And so he does. He could have said at this point, you know, this went wrong. And what are they going to do? I'm just taking it easy and then enjoy the rest of the day on the bike. No, not at all. We're waiting to have a safe place to pass here. You see there's still oncoming traffic. This is one of the sections that are open to traffic because there is so little traffic on a Sunday morning. We didn't think it would be necessary or fair to the locals to close it. Alex is relaying to the studio that maybe it would be good for them to listen to us, because we're right there where the action is and we actually have functioning audio. Ben, who you see on the upper left on your screen, is with the leaders on the moto, so you get that total close-up shot of that group. However, his audio isn't good because he's on a moto, so he gets more of a wind action going. I actually should close my window a little more so you don't have any problems.
Thank you.
If you want to leave any comments, you can actually do this on the video of Dan and Gabe lower right, our studio. There's the YouTube live comments, just click on it and they will get back to you and reply to you. Curvy road, so we'll play it safe. We'll miss out a little bit on the action at the front. You're seeing more than we do. What I said again, Ben is with the leaders, the screen on the upper left. If anything doesn't work, refresh your browser, click on play again on that YouTube video, on all of them. Unmute the ones that are worth listening to, which is possibly ours, and for sure the one on the last one, the fourth one, on the lower right, Dan and Gabe reporting from the studio. We're on Mud Farm Road, which is going to be over soon. They're descending now towards Colle Andrea Pinarello, which is one of our featured climbs. It's about 3 kilometers, 2 miles long. Starts very mellow in the beginning and then gets harder and harder. It's a very tricky climb because you think it's over about 3 or 4 times, and then when you just get over the crest, you see there's more road and more climbing to come. The road gets wider there, which means we can shoot to the front and get you closer to the action. You know, here our Colombian, he realized, you know, this is not a fully closed road, as he should know. He has to stay on the right of the road. Now he can at least see if there's something or not. Jürgen wants to pass.
No,
Let's wait, Jürgen. No, just honk at him and make sure that he's staying sane. You know, he hasn't given up. He's like, you know, this race isn't over for me. But to be realistic, if he doesn't recover now and gets it down in Colle Andrea Pinarello, he would be better off to wait, right?
He needs a group.
Yeah. Spending a lot of energy on nothing. Yeah. He needs a group. I need a water. Who's got it tougher?
I'm gonna get you. Yeah, there you go.
I got it.
So I'm hearing that somebody attacked, but I don't know.
Yeah, I would be surprised. We're getting into Colle Andrea Pinarello. We got this sharp right-hand turn here. Police is into position. You see, beautifully, he's flying. And we get to pass.
Right, now maybe we can get past.
Jürgen kicks the gas of our beautiful GMC. Thanks for sponsoring us today to give us this lead car. Important for us to have one that has a nice sunroof so I can hang out and you get a better
Let's look at these guys' faces for a second here. Because they're not giving up. These two are not.
Well, we got Dan Craven is now.
Yeah, I'm getting it on my window. I want to get a live Dan Craven and Alan Carrillo, two professional, one a triathlon professional, and what's going on, Dan? Keep it up. This guy behind you is a professional triathlete. Not sure he's a help, but vamos, vamos, Alan, vamos. Let's go, guys.
Dan is he is working hard. It's a lot harder race than I think he expected it would be. It's looking like that.
Yep, this is serious here. This is serious. So he's not taking this easy. He has not given up. So we brought him to the race, worth every dollar. No, I like this. I like it because it shows others that the quality of this race, the level of the race, of the local New York racers that are in this race, how good they are, how good the Colombians are that are in this race. And it will attract other strong racers because they want to test themselves on this course against them. Colandrea Pinarello started after the turn already. We're getting into the more key section now. Catching up to the group as soon as we're there. These guys, they all get on the highway probably, and we go straight. The highway turn is left here. Let's hope. One, yep. Two and three, they're all going. Very good.
Yes.
So that gives me the chance to get up on the roof again.
It's breaking apart.
Yeah, it's breaking apart. You see Gabriel Corredor, I think, at the back. Yup. Former champion, 2014 GFNY World Champion. We got Cedric Haas at the back of the group. We got the 206. We got Carlos Trujillo. So all the guys who were in the front originally.
Group. Well, he's taking his hat off. That means it's getting serious.
Things
now.
are heating up, guys. The temperature's reaching 69 degrees.
It is.
69, not for everyone, but we're having a good time.
It's humid. So.
It's humid.
Yeah.
It's hard. These guys are fighting. They are not giving up. Alex, can you do me a favor and check who's the 286?
286, of course.
Warmer now?
It's still warmer.
I know.
Awesome.
Dan Larch also likes. I'm gonna take my audio off because I'm gonna be in the wind. 51 corridor, 1213 Haas. We got 286. We got Trujillo, the 130. But they're back together. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 guys.
16 guys up in the front. How far back is Craven?
Craven is not, I can't see him.
Okay.
Yeah. Craven is like, I would say, a minute.
Now, some of these guys stop. I think they're all...
There's another attack, another forcing coming. We see a foundation rider at the top. Taking his arm warmers off, he's getting warm, it's beautiful out. We're in the heart of Colandrea Pinarello. I need my hat. No, the cap, it's at your foot though.
What?
Yeah. For my lack of hair. Let's get that going. Where are my shades? Check this out. It's got a helicopter pad. We got here Mac Mansion. This place. If you ever want to live on the GFNY course, this is it.
That wasn't there last year.
No, they were building it.
small GFNY.
Yeah, so
I'm not gonna see this much longer, this thing.
No.
The wall that's coming in there?
Yeah,
But you gotta have ways to put helicopter pad up here, so obviously it's a pretty nice neighborhood.
Thank you. Hey guys.
Nothing from behind. So we've got the 16 guys out front. And this is the winner is going to come from. I mean, do you think there's any chance of
500 meters to go to the top. We got Ricardo Piqueta, defending champion. We got Mike Marguerite.
Mike Marguerite, another winner up there. Who else?
Yeah. Well, Luis Lemos from Cycling Academy. We got a 286. Alright, we're going into the descent, so I gotta come in.
Oh yeah, that's 286, I believe.
Yep.
Is here.
So we're going into the descent here. So I had to crawl back in. Don't want to fall off out of the car because we're going like 70, 80 down the hill. Bad enough I'm not wearing a seatbelt again. Well, you know.
286 is Octavio Otero Velez from Medellin,
Ah, okay.
Colombia.
Another Colombian. We got
He's also
photographers
from
here.
this, how do you pronounce this? The Fuga Cafe Veloce? Fugia?
The team?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fugga.
243?
286.
286. Fuga Cafe Veloce, okay.
Fuga
Didn't know the
Cafe
team, so it must be a racing team in Medellin. There were a lot of riders from Medellin. Medellin and Bogota are the two places in Colombia where we got the core of our racers come from. And you know, they're all levels, they're very strong guys. A lot of women racing. Issue.
Technical problem.
That's Gabriel Corredor.
Corridor.
He's got a flat tire. I'm sure
Flat
Dan Larch
tire.
is taking care of him from Campagnolo. Yeah, you know, it's that is the downside, one of the biggest ones on a day like this when you got rain and through the rain more debris flushed on the roads. And while the tires usually have no problem with that, you know, if you get a little unlucky, you get a flat.
I'm just trying to get Corey up here to the front with you guys because I think.
So for him, he's not going to go back to
Michael
this lead
is-
group unless maybe
Michael
Dan
and
Craven
Corey
is
are
coming
back
through
there.
and he can hop on his wheel, and the two work together. And
there's
these
no
guys
reason to be
here,
back there.
you know, are not working together, which is also possible because you know we're heading into the next climb right now. Cheese Coat. I'm sure they're still pushing here when we get to Cheese Coat. Who's this rider?
Broke a spoke or something? His wheel's all wobbly.
Yeah, his wheel is also done.
He's got a
What a number do we see here? 303?
Yeah.
Is that? Do I see that right?
Broken
Foundation guy.
broken spoke.
You got a problem with the wheel?
Yeah.
That's not good. What happened?
Spoke broke.
Fuck.
It's been broken since Bear.
Well, you need a Campagnolo, I
Yeah, it's fucked.
guess. I mean, Dan Craven is there still. Maybe you can. So, good race so far. Yeah, it is. Well, his race is over. He's really unhappy about that.
Did we get his name?
303.
303.
From Team Foundation, one of the strong race teams
Downing.
in New York City. He was very unhappy. I understand. You know, these guys train for this. It's a big thing.
There's leaders on site.
Yeah,
Right.
and just there. So, you know, it's not because he doesn't have it. Something
Yeah,
happened at Bear Mountain. He must have hit a pothole or
If
something.
you have a mechanical at this point, and you know, one of the things, we don't have team cars here,
Yeah.
so
Everybody's on
pretty
by
much
himself.
On his own.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna get some support for
And
him.
that's sort of cool when it comes to like nutrition and that you have to like possibly even stop to help yourself. It's not cool when it comes to mechanical because that's really just bad luck. I mean,
Yeah.
some guys, Jürgen was saying no, but some guys are pushing it with the material. You can use super smooth and fast tires, like, you know, or you use the sturdy ones. I'm a guy, I use
Listen,
sturdy ones.
I'm not the lightest. I go for the sturdy.
Yeah.
Jürgen also goes for the sturdy.
And
You know,
on these conditions, you got a
Well,
lot
the paddles
of
are
green.
right, they're there. And on the other hand, Jürgen, neither you nor I are racing at that level right now. So if we would be that good and say we'd have a shot for winning, maybe we would take that risk. Maybe we would say we put on the good,
Well, that's the whole
fast
the whole
tires.
point of showing up is to win, right? So
Yeah,
you're gonna
exactly.
roll that dice any
Exactly.
day.
You're not
Any
going to
day.
be like, let's put the sturdy tires on and secure that top 10.
Yeah.
You're going to do this to win. No one cares about it. You're not no one, but the guys are here to win a podium. This group, they're not saying like, oh great, I did a top 10. You know, they might still be happy in the end to have a top 10, but they're in contention to win this. And all of them think right now, I can win this. Rightfully so, because they're in a good position now. There's one more really selective climb coming now. Cheese Coat, if they make it over Cheese Coat, it starts out with like a 22%
Well,
kicker right up there.
At the end, you know, back in
No,
Austin,
for sure,
besides
for
the
sure.
year, so.
But what I'm saying is, by Dykeman, it's almost like the last mile is like, you know, the finish.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
that's like the end of the race, and they're part of the competition for the winner anyway.
Yes. Well, and these guys. I
So
mean,
check out this kicker here.
Yeah, okay, here's the hill.
Yeah, it looks of course flat on my camera, but it's like straight up, really hard. I wish you could really see that. If you've done this race, of course, before, you see Lou here on the left. Luis Lemos, he's a climber, a professional cyclist and a climber, and you see how much he is fighting still even on this climb to get up there so fast. Here we got a timing man. We're making sure everybody does the full course, so we put them at strategic points. He just don't do it,
Yeah, no worries.
and he's right. So
2 hours.
can you check out 178?
178. Sure.
178. It's a New Yorker sitting here from. I think this is our Dominican. We got the Dominican national champion. I think that's him.
I do not see
178.
178.
179.
179.
Yeah.
Ismael Colado
Yep.
Casto.
Yep. That's him.
From
That's him.
NYCC.
Yep. Racing for NYCC. Dominican champion. Looks strong. Looks strong. I mean, he's sitting towards the back, but not like he would
Tony.
be getting dropped. We see a guy from Rockstar. So there's more New York
I
in
was
this
wondering
group.
if you guys could drop back and get Corey.
It's like the who is who
to the front.
of racing here, minus a couple of guys, give or take, that haven't made that jump. But this is a really, really good
That would be
group.
great because I'd love to get him up
This
here,
is where we
and-
will see the
and
winner come
Uli and I are
from.
basically
We're 2
covering
hours
the
and
shot
46
right now.
minutes into the race. You see the lead car ahead. You see our lead motos. It's a beautiful sight. You see them go pretty quick up here.
Okay, great. And
It's not
hopefully
an
you
easy
guys can
climb.
go-
The road
go
is
back up
quite
pretty
rough,
quickly.
not in a good condition. But these guys are good. Is someone getting dropped here? I think they will make
Michael
it.
Harrington.
They have to.
It's Michael Harrington. Mike Harrington.
60k to go. You see the sign here, about 40 miles. Did I just say our Dominican champion will be good? Vamos, 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 vamos. It's just you're almost there. You know this climb. Get over this and you got it. I had to cheer him on of it. You know, we want this to be a good race. He's looking at me. He's like, who the heck is that?
Come on, go, go, go.
Fighting hard. You see, like the bikes are dirty from the grime from the road this morning. It's warm now. We have 70 catch back. We're going into the descent, so we're giving the guys space. We don't want to go into this having any problems. What's the shouting there? Who's shouting?
Us.
Yeah.
He lost the race.
Yep.
Yeah, no, he's cooked. This is it. We're passing him. We're getting
Margaret's
back.
in the front. I believe we also
His day is
have,
also done. Maybe he's got Dan Craven or someone else coming from back. I keep talking about Dan Craven, but I was.
We have foundation guys up there, right? Ole?
We have one got just dropped. No, actually, it was near NYCC. He's not foundation.
Oh, that's NYC.
We got someone from Rockstar in there.
Oh, we do have a Rockstar. Yeah.
We got Mike Marguerite in there.
Mike Marguerite's in there.
Yeah.
Who's there from Rockstar? Do you know?
No, we'll figure it out. I think soon we get a chance to see a little more.
These guys are really hammering it down the hill now. So.
Yeah, because we got a couple guys who were split off the back here, cheese code.
Great.
So
Thank you.
they're trying to close the gap.
Right.
We've got to stay behind them. Sorry for the shakiness. They're turning left.
Hold on.
You know, it's between like pushing it to catch back on and taking a little more risk than the leaders, but you know, you fall off the bike and your day is over for sure. Not for sure, but
what happened to Bill Ash when
yeah.
his day was over.
Yeah, I wonder if he continued or if his bike was like done for good, or
Yeah,
he didn't
probably.
feel like it. But I was happy to see him get up. You know, it's always like he gets up.
that
You
he
know,
was
he's
okay.
fine.
Of course, that he was okay. That's terrific. But you know, these are very you know, these guys have some very nice bikes up here, and like any kind of real racing machine,
You're looking at
hard
10 grand.
fall,
Yeah.
You know, mechanicals happen, and
Yeah.
we do our best to help people with.
Well, it's
support,
the
but-
good thing for them. It's safe to say they're all sponsored. So if they crash a bike, they get a new one. They're like,
Yeah.
I'll try it.
Yeah.
So if they get up, they're less worried about their bike than they are about their bodies. Jewish community here. Hasidic Jews out enjoying a Sunday morning walk. We got a couple of speed bumps and potholes here, but
Just to make things interesting.
yeah. As I said earlier in the broadcast, road cycling is about taking the conditions you're thrown at. It's really about being able to handle whatever is happening. You know, some potholes, some grime, some gravel. You know, deal with it. If you don't want that, you go on the track.
I have to say though, considering
This is Cedric Haas, by the way, our guy who was leading first.
Cedric Haas.
Yeah. Maybe he was a little... Man,
they
Jürgen...
might sit up. They might think, you know.
We all been there.
Yeah, Jürgen says we
So
all
many.
been there. I don't know if Alex has been there.
This just looks
But
so
he's been there as a
familiar.
runner. Alex is more of a runner than a race cyclist.
Thank you, Ole.
And
Thank for
you know,
that.
being splitting off the back is something that in running also is painful. You see the group ahead and you want to close the gap, and it's kind of not
And
happening.
You just can't quite do it.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. And you know, they're saving. He would be saving 30% of energy being in that
Yeah,
draft.
but they're resting a little bit right now. They're drinking up front.
Jürgen says they're resting, they're drinking.
I just saw-
It's tactical, and that's what he needs. He needs them to be
sit up,
tactical.
Yes.
Yeah.
Haas can then join.
And if they
them.
become tactical now, when we enter the, you know, this phase of the race where we have more flat and only slightly undulating, it really depends on what they do. If they don't do anything, we'll have a lot more people come from the back and join the group again. And then Craven will be back. I keep talking about him because he is like the highest profile rider in the field, and he did not make this front group. You know, I looked at him and he tried.
He was. How do they say it? They say on the rivet.
He was on, yeah, that's a good word to choose in this here. Your English vocabulary is about 10 times the size of mine. So I have to, same for Jürgen, who's also not a native speaker. We're just making sure this car is giving our French guys some space here.
They're from Florida. Maybe they're
Thank
not
you.
aware of what's going on.
Yeah, just stay here. We're
Just gonna stay behind them.
making sure that he's taking care of that. Staying behind. I'm giving Jürgen the camera for a moment so I can get my sweater off. It's getting warm. Beautiful day now. Sun is out. No more clouds. Let's see what the afternoon brings because it's humid. So we're looking at getting thunderstorms, but it could be hit or miss. Maybe we're actually lucky and get a beautiful day. Everybody was worried about the rain. We had a group that told me a group from Mexican from Monterrey that had everything booked. The flight, the hotel, the race ticket. They just canceled it. They were like, it's gonna rain, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cancel the trip. It's
Oh,
ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
I told it to some guys and they were like, what
good
is
for your
wrong
skin.
with you? Not only that, if you're a true cyclist, you have to also race in rain.
Yeah.
And
can you imagine just
I have
anytime
had
there was a
the best
possibility
races
of
in rain.
you
I had
Jürgen says,
the best races in rain.
yeah, but Jürgen is hardcore.
No,
Jürgen
but
is
you make
our
memories.
former
You
mountain
make
bike downhill World
memories.
Cup champion.
You know, you never remember the nice.
And that's the thing.
the
That
ones
is the
that
thing.
you fight for.
We have guys who've done this 8 times, all the GFNYs, and you ask them, you know, which years it was standing out. It was the 2013. They're still talking about it. So it may not be the most pleasant thing when you're in it, but speaking of in it, Cedric Haas is back in the group. How about that segue?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
We're seeing Luis
Ooh,
Lemos
snap.
in the back with that blue shorts, like on the left side. Our pro from the Israel Cycling Academy. Who else do we see right now? I see a guy from Rockstar. We got a dog who wants to get some of that action.
Little dog.
Yeah. The owner.
Can you get the number for the guy from Rockstar?
Yeah, that
It's
is
an attack.
that would be great to get that, because we have a lot of locals watching that. They're rooting for the New York City team. Piqueta is going. Piqueta,
Piqueta
there is
is-
an attack at the front.
Piqueta's attacking off
And
the front.
no, there's someone else off the front, and Piqueta is. I just saw Piqueta going as well. He's like, I'm not gonna let this
And he
happen.
just joined the group.
Yeah. So it's stringing out again. So Cedric, yeah, he just joined the group, but he's in the draft,
I know, but still.
barely hanging on.
You get punched in the face.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, exactly. You see, it's strung out, totally strung out. We're going into this short descent through this beautiful area. Look at those houses. These are people who work in Manhattan, many of them at Wall Street. They are preferring the lifestyle to be out in the green. They take the commuter trains,
They call
all
this a
45
bedroom
minutes.
community over here.
Bedroom community. We have Alex for all these special terms.
Yeah, for the,
From you to get the, from me you
for
get the
American
basic.
terms. Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
from you get the basic German English, and I can talk. I can give you Italian cycling terms if you want that, but
Yeah,
I think we're complementing
I
each
think
other.
Uli's got you covered. I think he does an absolutely fine job in about 15 different languages. So
286, we got him right. It's always the same people at the back, which is a bit difficult for us to make it out. I see the Rockstar guy.
286 is
I cannot make out.
Otero
For
Velez
Medellin, right?
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fighting hard to stay in the group. Could that be Victor Gras, who was second last year? Actually, the Rockstar guy. It could be. Well, who's 14? Did I see a 14? There's a lot of action going on at the front now. If you're watching this right now,
They're
what?
kind of letting them go. I don't see that they're
Yeah.
going to react.
Yeah,
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe now. Maybe they're
Interesting.
realizing they can't.
Alex, did we send Ben back, our lead moto?
We did
I
send
missed
Ben
that.
back because
Okay.
we're getting one of our other shooters, one of our other camera people to come up to the front.
So we're the front right now. Unfortunately, can't give you more than what you see there and what you listen to from us. Ben is giving you the action. Who's on the upper left of your screen? The first video is giving you the action of what's happening behind us here. We're trying to figure out what's. I think 125. Yeah, that's the GFNY Colombia champion. So this field is amazing. I love to see this. All these guys here.
Yeah,
Can you get us the
serious
name, please,
contenders.
again? I think Donado.
125.
Yeah, he won GFNY Colombia 2 months ago. Massive climber, flying up La Cuchilla at 22 kilometers an hour, way above 3,000 meters, 10,000 feet. We have
Antonio Donato.
Antonio Donado sitting here on the back. It's good to see him in this group. And then the Rockstar guys, 58 or 59, is that possible?
58
What would
or
you say,
59?
my blind
Yes,
driver?
Victor Gras. That's Victor
one?
Gras.
Victor
from
Gras,
Rockstar.
our second place finisher from last year, second place, barely beaten by Ricardo Piqueta, who's also here.
Is that 374? Is that?
No, that is the 374 right now at the back from
Yeah.
the Super Bit team. Can you check that out, Alex, who that
Sorry,
is?
What's the number?
374. So these guys are split up a little bit by, about 5 guys ahead of us. I would say there's a gap of about 50 meters.
Luis Tavares from São Paulo, Brazil.
A Brazilian.
Personal team.
I mean, you could not look for a more international peloton
great.
elite group here. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
So we've got a small split now.
But Victor was also saying, I'm not going to let this race go away like this. Beat me on a hill, beat me in a solid attack on a climb, but don't go sneak like this.
So
This
when
was
I-
a sneaky attack where some guys were sitting and not believing it because they were tired probably, and they're paying now. They're paying dearly. They try to catch back up, and that costs a lot of energy. Brazilian guy. No, that's not the Brazilian. Who's this here? Is this Cedric again? No, I'm confused. 7? No, 2. Who was this? Jürgen, can you help me?
Guy.
That's not the Brazilian. Brazilian had.
It's 2. Hold on.
206.
206. No.
286.
8. I think it's 286 or 280. It's one or the other.
Can you check 286, please, Alex?
286,
286.
yes.
Let's just see.
Yes, with 286. I'm not going to look him up anymore because that is Octavio Perez.
So only.
Well, you come to.
So it's the memory that's also fading.
Well, you come to. You come to. No, you come to. I'm sorry.
Times.
I'm sorry. You got to be some sympathy for us. You come to the American, German Americans, right? And you gave us a name with four names on it.
I think you're just challenging. If I see if I can actually pronounce anything in Spanish.
He's
He
done.
just got angry.
Yeah, he's done. We gotta pass him.
Okay.
His day's done. He tried. He's very strong race all the way from Medellin. He's grimacing. I'm sure he's gonna wait for someone else. Got some company. He's gonna look at a solid top 20 finish, and you guys finishing top 20 at the GFNY World Championship. I'll take that. I would have taken that even as a young guy. Cedric Haas still again dangling on the back. Ahead of him, Donado, our GFNY Colombia champion. Also struggling to be there. We're getting closer to our next aid station. These guys will not
We've
stop.
got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think, guys up in the front.
I hope for them they all grab the bottle at Bear Mountain where we got the flying bottles, as well as in West Nyack again, because we don't have that here and it's getting humid. They need to drink. Otherwise, they're gonna be in trouble. So this is the section of the course after Bear Mountain, after the, climbs of Andrea Pinarello, Cheese Coat, Mott Farm Road, where you have to have a group, where you have to work together. You've got to be in that draft, otherwise you're spending 30% more energy. So these two are working together now, Donado and Haas, to stay in the game. They have not given up. We see the leaders about, 20 seconds ahead, maybe 10 seconds. This isn't over. I think this is going to come together again. I want to figure out though who was the guy who actually initiated this attack, who says, well, this might be still 40k to go, but I don't want to just sit here and wait what's happening. I want to make a selection now.
They're on the gas for sure.
They're on the gas. Sorry, I was drinking just now. Should have taken away my microphone. That probably didn't sound nice. We got our aid station here. You see the GFNY shield, big production. This aid station is one of our hubs where we have buses for people that just can't do it anymore. We're transporting them back. We got a high school here, the whole front and back parking lot. Big operations. Empty now because these guys, they're not gonna stop. There's no time for stopping. They're in the race. But once the first 100, 150 are through, this will be a busy place. Especially on a day today. It's warm, it's humid. People need to drink, need to stop. And it doesn't mean that they have to hang out there for a long time. A couple minutes, fill the bottles, grab some banana, and you're going. A couple minutes spent at an aid station could save you 10-15 minutes later because you're not bunking, not dehydrated.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm getting text messages here. I'm getting asked what mile we're at. I'm handing over the camera. And I'm getting asked where we are. We're at aid station in Ramapo. Apparently, I would have had to plug in my GPS. It ran out of battery. I have a GPS in my backpack. I put that in the day before. And just forget about it. No one told me it has to be plugged in. And obviously, you could also say I should think of that myself.
Well, we've got a lot to think about here. There's a lot going on today.
I got it though. We don't have an open USB port, but we have extra batteries here.
Give them an estimate of roughly how far.
Yeah, I already told them. It's plugged in, it's there, should be back on. All good. Because, for them to judge where the race is, they're looking at lead car, GPS is the easiest. I'm gonna text here. You know, I'm a guy, I can't multitask. My wife is always angry at me if she tells me something, I'm in the middle of something else.
Focus.
And I was like, I just can't. I try, just impossible.
Credit Union Park, by the way.
Yeah,
This is off to the left.
Right.
If you guys are trying to tune in, look at your GPS, it's a very beautiful little stadium over to the left. Baseball stadium. So who do we have here?
We got.
All right, we gotta pass these two guys. They seem to be dropped. It's Cedric and Antonio Donato.
Yeah, those guys are not really agreeing on working together.
Yeah, well,
You know,
I think
on
they're
the
just
next straightaway.
kind of done. Let's pass them.
Yeah.
So we're gonna let these guys go.
It's a bit
Well,
of like
Cedric,
the game of
you worked hard.
what we call in German the Reise nach Jerusalem.
So,
Is this something that exists in English as well?
The trip to Jerusalem.
Yeah.
somebody,
Not really.
Not really.
Somebody
Should
turned
I
off
no
the
longer
music.
mention it? Is that a problematic
Yeah.
thing?
No. If you're taking a trip to Jerusalem, try GFNY
No, it's,
Jerusalem.
no,
next year.
it's actually called musical chairs.
No,
Yeah.
musical chairs. That's
Yeah,
what it
it's
is.
called musical chairs.
Okay, musical chairs. So you all know we call it the trip to Jerusalem in German, which is like one chair's taken off, and when the music stops, everybody got to sit down. If you don't have a chair, you're not sitting down. You're out of the game, and it's a bit what's happening here. These are not even the leaders. What we're seeing here now. This is the chase group now. Let me see who we have here before we pass them. We got a Brazilian guy here on the back that we mentioned earlier, where they got Victor Gras, our second place finisher from last year, who is off.
this up one more time.
Are you telling us? Or
Who's this with the Livestrong bib shorts?
374? No, wait. Oh,
no,
this,
it's a double-digit one, right?
374.
no, that's in the back here.
Yeah, that's the Brazilian.
Yeah.
Let's just call him Brazilian. I don't want to be rude, but I am.
That's Tavares.
Tavares?
Luis Tavares from Sao Paulo.
It's the Colombians. Colombia is just like has this cycling culture of a lot of strong guys, but you'd be surprised informing us that our racers are taking these blind